9:46 at News Talk 1340 WJRW, and Chef Tommy Fitzgerald in our studio. How you doing?
Living huge.
You were at an event that is in our news today, the ribbon cutting for the downtown market.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Actually, it was really cool because it's solidifying everything that is in the fiber of Tommy Fitzgerald of go local or move.
Right.
Every aspect of education.
So you're not local first. You're like go local or get out.
I'm like go local or move. That's why I said that to Lori Beard from Founders on Saturday, and she thought it was the craziest thing she ever heard. And it's like go local or move.
Right.
What do you need to? I mean, even our big boxes are local, whether it's Gorham Food Service or Meyer. Why? Just
right. What part of it don't you get?
What don't you get? It's funny because I was like this lady, she meant well. Let's say that, folks. And I mentioned that, I got a certain item from Meyer and it was on sale, and she said, yeah, but Costco has this. I'm like, well, what does Costco do for Grand Rapids? What does Walmart do for us? I don't see, I don't see their leadership in Grand Rapids. I don't see their sustainability and what they do to our economy, not to mention the Cure Gardens, the Heart Centers. I don't see that leadership. So I mean it sincerely, go local or move.
There you go.
There's, hey, you want a raspberry in February? Great, we got Meyer to take care of that. You want them in season? You deal with Visser Farms. You deal with your local farms.
And by the way, bringing it back to the market, downtown market, starting this Saturday, they're going to have an outdoor shed open.
I know.
Local produce. So, and that's great. And once by the end of the summer, when everything is open up, or almost everything,
right,
there's going to be a ton of great opportunities for live music, live events, cooking classes.
Putting your name on it. I'm going to, Rachel Ruiz and Johnny Gonzalez and I are going to spearhead some help with that, and we'll stay tuned, but we're going to have a lot of opportunity for people to put their name on it, whether it's a leaf or whether it's a brick or a flower pot. This is our downtown market. And hallelujah, we can buy an apple in the neighborhoods, folks.
Right.
That isn't wrapped in cellophane. It's a delicious, local, yummy vegetable. And I'll be there with resources to show you how to cook it with it.
Okay,
so
very cool. And Kitchen Sage, the website, has launched.
It's wicked cool, isn't it?
KitchenSage.org, and it's Tommy's new venture. It's gonna be exploding this summer. The website looks fantastic already.
Thank you
You're telling
again.
Stories and
please follow the blogs, you guys. Please follow the blogs. Please look for some unique opportunities with our partnerships already with our great local restaurants and farms. Please, you can donate online. I don't have any more credit cards out there, folks, to max out on this. We're going to have some fun stuff that you can purchase online. But most importantly, we're going to be providing you access for incredible recipes and just super fun stuff coming from our kids in our community. We're going to be doing some cool community outreach this year. We're going to have a series at the Children's Museum coming up. I'll give you more details on that. We've got we're calling it Kitchen Sage 10 Young Ones.
Okay, I like that.
So it's kind of like, it's our 101, but it's for the young ones, 3 to 11. And we're going to be doing some fun stuff at Blandford Nature Center on Friday, so look for the videos on that. I can show you how to whip up some killer mushrooms on Friday. And it's just, every time I turn around, I get godsmacked with more fortunate luck. And the most recent is this guy I met at Best Buy. He had a Sekia Institute uniform on. I'm like, hey, cooking hard, kid? And I had my chef coat on, so that automatically makes us mates.
Right, you're bonding.
And the guy's name's Chad Conklin. We start talking. I'm like, hey, look up the juice ball. At least call him if you can, or whatnot. But I'm gonna need some help from some of you young kids to help Kitchen Sage roll. And so he shows up on the doorstep yesterday at Cafe Stella. with his Red Wings cap and
I like it.
His Secchi Institute stuff, and he tells me he wants to be an educator and wants to see how he can help.
I like it. And Chad, get close to the microphone here. Tell us, first of all, for those who don't know, the Secchi Institute for Culinary Education it's a great resource, part of GRCC.
Yes.
And tell folks about it and what it's doing for the business.
Well, the Secchi Institute's been providing an outstanding culinary education here in West Michigan for, I believe it's 25, 30 years now. We've become a global leader in education, one of the top schools, and I just wanted to take my share of what I've learned and bring it back to the community with Chef Tommy, just to get more kids involved, to bring them into the education system that we can provide and to further them further and further and further in their lives.
You said before we got on the mic here, you said, I don't really want to cook for a living. I want to teach. I want to teach cooking.
Yes.
So you got the heart of a teacher. You impart the skills, kind of like Tommy does, and that's what you're doing with Kitchen Sage. So the missions are similar. I think people they may not know what a resource we have here with the Secchi Institute.
No, most people don't, and they should do some research, check out the Secchi Institute. We also have the Heritage Restaurant.
Right.
That's all run by the students. The food's prepared by the students, served by the students.
That puts everything into practice.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. And it's just a great experience, not only for the students, but for the people of Grand Rapids.
All right.
Yeah, how lucky is that?
Yeah, and you got a Red Wings cap on, too, so that's...
let's not
go
talk about that.
That's right.
Exactly. But, and it's funny because I've met with other educational places, too, and everybody seems they want to be a part of Kitchen Sage because we are the Stone Soup. Sometimes we operate in our silos, right? And then we're trying to do everything all together. We're doing the same mission. We want to nurture our kids through education and through nutrition. And it's just kind of funny because, we open up dialogue with little people like Messiah Baptist. I've been part of their Leadership Academy as an honor for years, since 2004. And that's what sparked my whole obsession with grabbing kids and teaching them how to be leaders, how to be culinarians, how to be philanthropists. And then also on Kitchen Sage evolves, but then GRPS comes on board and says, hey, we would love to work with you. And you get a guy like Paul Baumgartner who's like, this is awesome. This is how we can help. And then the next thing you know, we've got these guys coming. And then you get a Chad Conklin walking in saying, hey, my chefs say I can intern with you. So now I've got internship points doing exactly what I love to do. And now that's going to make me a better teacher because as we grow together, because I know, Chad, don't you agree? I learn better when I'm teaching.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You have to know your material in order to teach it.
Mm-hmm. And we're talking of a specific, instance where a kid thought that soy milk was milked from an animal because his first grade teacher told him that. And that's when we knew Kitchen Sage. No. But then we get these phone calls from friends of mine from the restaurant world, and they're asking how they can come on board. And so we'll be launching some really cool initiatives with that, and that's more to come. But the thing is everybody has a spot in Kitchen Sage. Everybody does, and people are asking these questions. I'm doing some Cooking Matters stuff with the MSU extension over at the Croc. And they couldn't believe what I was doing. They asked the question, can MSU extension get involved? And I said, that's the wrong question. The right question with Kitchen Sage is, how do we get involved? And that's the whole thing, is how do we get involved with educating our kids, making sure that they've got the proper nutrition in the belly, but education.
All right. For those who don't know, tell me about the Heritage Restaurant. You mentioned it briefly, but this is a great resource, and people might want to go there and have a great evening out and help give the students the necessary experience to make it in the out in the culinary world.
Yeah, it's it's a great way to support the education. Without customers, we don't have an education. If we don't have people to cook for, we're standing around waiting. And that's just not a good way to further our education. We need people in the seats. The Heritage Restaurant this summer will only be open for lunch, and it will be open, I want to say...
I've got at the website, 11:15 to 12:45. I don't know if that will hold for the summer, but let me just look here. That's the times I have, it looks like. So, and then back in the fall, it'll open up for dinner again?
Yeah, back in the fall, it'll reopen for lunch and dinner. Because it goes around our schedule. It's got some crazy hours, but it's worth, modifying your schedule to get down there and see what we're doing here in Grand Rapids, how we're furthering the culinary world right here in Grand Rapids. We're becoming such a foodie town, such an artist town with Art Prize that, as a community, we need to embrace this in the Secchi Institute and do what we can to help it grow.
All right.
And I got to tell you what, I've worked with a ton of students from around the world, and always seems like, I don't know if it's the water in Grand Rapids with the fluoride and the sense of urgency, but every time I get a kid from the CC Secchi Institute, I get a sense of urgency with that student. And sometimes, you learn how to make a beautiful plate, and that's about what you get. And I've had, some of them, I call them the mills. I've worked with students from other educational things, and they're telling me they're a chef, and they don't know what the word chiffonade means. And I'm like going, oh, okay, great. So you paid for this degree. They didn't give you any resources. They didn't give you any line on anything. They milled you out, and now you need help negotiating your debt with them.
Right.
So, hooray for Secchi, and thank you. And now I've got some help.
Yeah, there you go. And if you want to find out more, you can go to kitchensage.org. If you want to find out more about the Heritage and the Secchi Institute, you can go to grcc.edu, and the Secchi Institute will be there.
Yes.
I think on the left-hand side of the page. So there you go. Thank you guys for coming in today. Chad,
love you, Dave.
Nice to meet you. Tommy, always good to see you.
Hey, and we're gonna make some Kitchen Sage granola. There's a request, so we'll make some granola next week. Is that all right?
Sounds good.
All right.
Let's do it. I love when we get the big mixing bowls out.
It's fun.